press release, you guys were looking at a June timeline for your debut?
Yeah, give or take about June is what we were looking at. Obviously, I would love to be able to settle this with McGregor because he's a mixed martial artist, and I'm not going to go in the cage. I'm a boxer, and he's obviously not going to step in the ring. So I think this is somewhere of something of a hybrid right in the middle, And honestly, Luke, with 2-minute rounds, I mean, even a coward like McGregor might be able to go without quitting. You know what I'm saying? Like, even he might, he's the kind of guy who might be able to take his full beating instead of quitting once he's taken a beating like he usually does, even in a fight like this. The 2-minute rounds, the finish line is always not that far away,
I don't know what the next one's gonna be. Some must be wondering. I ain't answering no questions. I ain't reading the comments yet, but I'm just talking, man. I want the next fight to be big, man. I still want to fight Robbie Lawler, man. He lost to Ben Askren. Let's go. They let Ben Askren in, and he come out looking like fucking bumbleclot. Don't never lift a weight ever. That's another reason to get back to the gym and go lift. But I be looking good. I need a haircut, but my body look good. And I am cutting weight. I don't know if I can make 155. I'm probably like 175 right now. Well, I'm not really the most hydrated. So, I don't know. Either I bulk back up, damn it, to 190 and cut to 170 again. Probably what's going to happen. Or for some reason, if it's a money fight, I'll fight Conor McGregor at 155. I can make the weight if you're talking Conor McGregor money. Let's go. Now we on the next one, though. I don't care. All they got to do is call me. They already know. They've been letting me rest, being gracious and kind, letting your boy calm it down, looking at the big picture. Stay in the game. That's what the big picture is, staying in the game. Appreciate y'all for watching, man. Whether you hating or imitating, I'm trying to be demonstrating being great. So, you be great too. Have a great day, motherfuckers.
It sounds like you guys think Thiago Santos is next.
That's what Dana was alluding to in the press conference. He's been looking great. He's a powerful, very powerful 205-pounder. I'm sure that's something that intrigues a lot of fans. And I like that there's some fresh blood in the light heavyweight division. When John started, it was kind of like the older reign of some of the Pride legends. The Shoguns, the Rampage Jacksons, the Vitors. There were so many of these legends for us to chase after, and now John's the legend, and these young guys are coming up like Johnny Walker, like Thiago Santos. So it's cool to be in this position now.
Has John ever fought someone who brawls the way that Thiago Santos does?
I think he's fought a lot of brawlers. I would consider Anthony Smith a brawler. I think we've fought some very polished MMA boxers with explosive hooks like Rampage Jackson, like Shogun. And then we've fought a lot of really polished technical MMA strikers like Gibson, like Machida. I think Thiago brings a different kind of power. I don't think he's as polished or refined as a Shogun or a Rampage. I think he's probably a little closer to Anthony Smith's style.
3 years ago, when it first came out, I knew I was innocent and I didn't do anything, and I just wanted to get to the bottom of it. And I was giving information. They're like, no, well, it has to be within this window that you ingested this, and they were very exact about how they felt their science. And then I linked up with another a baseball player that was being accused of the same thing, same metabolite, and he started bringing all these things to my attention. He goes, no, look, this test is invented by this doc. It's only been at that time 2 years old. It was only one person that the test is based off of, one urine sample pool. He goes, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of holes in this. And then for basically, it kind of, I basically let it die. I'm like, well, what are you going to do? You can't fight the pocket's too deep, and it's just, it's just me versus them, and I didn't see any type of light at the end of the tunnel. But then when it happened to John, and then I hear the same people telling me what I did wrong, defending him and saying, well, just factors like when, just as recently when Novinsky asked, how long could it be in John's system? How long are we going to see these pulsing, test results? And he goes, well, that's the $1 million question. That enrages me. I'm like, wait a minute, you took 2 years out of my career, countless amount of money that I lost, it affected my children's lives, I hit a depression, and you can't answer the question of how long or when I was exposed to it. That's the $1 million question. Do you really think you guys should be using a test that isn't definitive? It's going to affect someone's career and livelihood into such a great deal?
This is Darren Till on Twitter yesterday. Ben, your performance was expletive. You barely won. You are ugly as expletive. That chin is too big not to miss. You have no respect for no one. Oh, did I say you are a curly-haired expletive? See you in London, Muppet. What did you make of that tweet?
I mean, that's like a typical Darren Will tweet. That was like a tongue twister there. No respect for no one. I believe that means I have respect for everyone. You don't just double negative. Yeah, I mean, the guy he's just this young punk, got a chip on his shoulder, very hostile. So obviously, I was trying to antagonize him. I got what I wanted, and I'll be in London in 9 days.
Are you hoping that he wins? Because that's the money fight here, not so much you and Masvidal.
Yeah, I think it's a huge fight. I think there's a really good chance he wins. I think the chances he wins are significantly greater than the chances he loses.
And have they said to you, okay, you will get him if he wins? Like, has that been said, or are you just going to try to make it happen?
Not. I'm going to sit down. Hunter Campbell's actually going to London, and I said we talked. We said we'd sit down and have dinner when we get there, and that was all I've talked. Dana doesn't talk to me. We don't deal with each other at all. So obviously I haven't even talked to him at all.
You said afterwards that you already have your flight booked to London.
I do.
That's accurate? You booked the flight. You have paid for it.
I booked it 2 weeks ago.
Did you book it on your own?
No, I got the UFC to book it for me.
And so they're on board with this idea of you fighting the winner of Till Masvidal?
Well, I didn't really totally tell them what my intentions to go into London were, but they agreed for me to book the flight. I think they have me as, they have guest fighters at all of the fights. But I thought it was perfect for me to get Till Masvidal, because Till's someone I've wanted to fight for quite a long time. He's very highly ranked. He just fought for a title. He's in his home country. Well, close enough. And so, yeah, that's where I'm going.
Why did you take that video down after you filmed it? It seemed like everyone thought that maybe now you were seriously going to be reprimanded for what you did, for putting him on the spot like that.
The biggest thing about this all, Ariel, we talked before, all I wanted was a man-to-man with Dana White.
Yeah.
I just wanted him to explain to me why I wasn't fighting this weekend. I was healthy to fight this weekend. Why did I get passed up for somebody that's behind me in the rankings? It made no sense. So, he gave me some clarity. He said, you can't turn down fights. I said, Dana, I've never turned down a fight that your UFC doctors didn't tell me I couldn't fight in. I've accepted every fight I've taken. I'm always a company man ready to fight. So, I got a man-to-man with him. I took down the video because, I got what I wanted. I was filming, and then I heard that in the Palms, you're not allowed to film. So I turned off the film. I deleted the film, and I got what I wanted. Mission accomplished. All I wanted was a face-to-face with Dana White. I wanted to explain where I'm coming from and get on the same page. And now we're on the same page. We're not going to be friends. We're not meant to be friends. We're meant to do business, and that's what this is all about.
Both USADA and worldwide anti-doping experts told us that this was not a re-ingestion of this prohibited substance. He retains no athletic performance-enhancing benefits from the small presence of this substance.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches.